Okay, so I'm lucky enough to be here with Paul Pritchard, the designer of this garden that we are standing in right now, which was awarded a gold medal 2 days ago, yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
So talk to me about this. This is your first garden of this size at the Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show?
My first show garden, yeah. So we've done a couple of boutiques before this, and then we stepped up to the big gardens, which was a giant step, but it's been great. Yeah.
So the boutique gardens, we filmed obviously with you last year. Is it kind of a situation that if you win gold in a boutique garden that it's kind of an unwritten rule that you need to move up, or?
Oh, not necessarily. I think they will definitely ask you the question.
Yep.
And I was silly enough to say yes, but yeah, albeit we've loved doing this. It's been an incredible experience, tenfold to what we did last year. But it's just been an amazing step up.
So tenfold from a time standpoint, a money standpoint, a planning standpoint, like just tenfold everything?
Tenfold everything pretty much, yeah. So especially planning, design work, logistics, getting suppliers involved, getting your crews, your teams. It's a big journey just to get to day one of construction. So
cool. So talk to me about how, I guess, the process in which that conversation happens. So they'll come to you and say, look, we'd be really interested in you building a show garden next year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then you start the design process. Then you foolishly say yes. They catch you on a conference high kind of thing, and you've just recently been awarded a gold, and they're like, all right, do you want to do it again next year?
Look, they gave me a couple of weeks after last year's show. I think that was a good move on Trent's behalf, purely because during the show, people have asked me even now, are you going to do it again? Are you going to do it again? It's a flat no.
As in you won't build a show garden again?
No chance, but, ask me again in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, I've got a few ideas going through the head, but we'll see.
It's obviously a beautiful experience to be able to, I guess, you stand in one spot and everyone comes to you. And that's probably unique for your world, right? Because you're always traveling to meet new clients and to do your work.
Absolutely, yeah. Dealing with the public, it's been an awesome experience. Everyone's so open and happy about being here, and that's what they come for. The whole event's just incredible. The caliber of gardens this year is just a step above, so it just keeps growing, getting better.
And to win a gold on your first show garden must be special. A lot of people that I speak to say that you can't go into this expecting anything necessarily. Did you go into this expecting, like, you wanted gold? Was that your focus off the back of winning gold? Or
not at all.
You just wanted to get the build?
Yeah, not at all. We just came in for the experience, and we were just blown away. We walked down the alleyway yesterday, Adam, Hompas and myself, and couldn't believe that there was a gold medal on there. Just blew us away, and we were just so stoked.
So how does that work? They have a presentation, or they just stick it on the sign and you wake up in the morning and it's there?
That's exactly it, yeah. Stick it on the sign, walk down the alleyway, and there we are. Yeah.
It's kind of like the home loan, right? You don't know who the judges are, or you either get it or you don't.
Pretty much.
You're just kind of like, okay. You get judges' feedback, obviously.
We will, yes. Yeah, haven't had it yet. But a good thing that they brought in this year was we got to talk to the judges. We had a 3-minute flat talk to them just prior to judging. And
once it was built, though?
Once it was built, yeah. It was like tools down. Yep. I hung around and we talked to the judges. We had flat 3 minutes, and we were able to explain the garden, the concepts, where the ideas came from, who we're sort of teaming up with, and basically what the garden's all about.
On that, it's probably worth you giving me that 3-minute spiel. So you obviously paired with Adam Hompas again. Well, not paired because there was more people involved than just Adam, but you worked with Adam on last year's garden.
We've done 3 with Adam now, yeah. So Adam's been awesome. Jade built construction.
I met Dylan last night.
Yeah, so Dylan's come down with Josh from Queensland. Monumental,
He seems like a very under the radar guy.
He is.
I don't mind. I just build the gardens. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's been pivotal in this. Summit Landscapes. So Sam Casey, unbelievable. They were just amazing. And then we had smaller crews. Rycor Landscapes. We had Dan Oldhouse. There's just so many people that wanted to be involved and stepped up, and they were in.
I spoke to a few of those guys last night, and I asked the question, what was it like from an ego standpoint, or too many chefs ruin the broth kind of thing, and they said it was amazing. There was no ego problems. All the construction crews work well together. I don't think that's going to necessarily be the case in all builds. a testament to the people that you've chosen or that have wanted to be involved?
Absolutely. Well, I knew they'd all gel together. They're all top blokes, all that sort of thing. We had carpenters, we had painters, and they were just all awesome people, all wanted to just smash out, be part of it and just build something really unique. So, yeah.
You've partnered with Dementia Australia or at least are trying to highlight.
We are. So we partnered up with Dementia Australia. The backstory is my father passed away last year, just after the last year's garden show with Alzheimer's. I also went through that with my father-in-law probably about 5 years ago. And so, going through that with both of them was a real struggle for them more than anyone, but for the families as well. Dementia Australia was such a pivotal help for our families to get us through. They ran seminars. They were online, on a phone call if we needed to talk to them. So I suppose the story is if anyone needs help in running through that, 1 in 3 Australians gets dementia in their lifetime. They're there to help. That's reach out to them and get their help. They're more than happy to work with you and just get you through these really tough times. So
this is it's called nostalgia. The idea being that you've tried to, you explained it to me, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but to create something of a past era that might be in line with your father?
Absolutely, yeah. So it's an era where it's around the 1960s. It's sort of a time when these people, they were house proud. They had their own house. They didn't have landscape designers and architects and construction crews to come in and build their gardens. They did it all themselves. They took cuttings from their friends and families
with or without
and neighbours, or walking down the street ripping off pieces of plants, and they would build their own sort of spaces to be in. So it's a bit of a throwback to that sort of era as well, and to encourage people to not be scared. You can have this, and just trial and error. Just get onto it. Get your hands dirty.
This is obviously a central site where you have all sides. It's a 360 build. Did that bring challenges? Obviously, some of the other builds get the benefit of having a back. You've got a front door and a back door.
Yeah, that was a big one for me. I really wanted to have that, drawing that experience. So when you walk around the back, you've got the inside of the house looking out. I had an amazing interior designer help me out, Prue design, and she just was tireless on sourcing everything you see out in the back in the house itself. So she was incredible, but it is that 3D experience. You can sort of walk through the door, look through the windows and all that sort of thing, and you're looking at something new everywhere. So
this does take me back to last year. There was that garden down that end with the shed with all of the old phones, and when I saw that phone, it kind of triggered that was a very similar concept. And I remember them talking about the challenges of everything was period correct. Like it was the phones and the tins and the tobacco and all that. Yeah.
You got to be spot on with all that sort of stuff.
Because the judges will pick up on it
straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty brutal, I think. So,
well, I think which is good. This is the highest honour in your industry in the country, effectively. Short of obviously all the other industry awards, right? But this garden show, anyone can enter, like as in from any part of the country. And obviously we've got a South Australian garden here this year.
Yep.
So if they weren't that strict, I don't think it would hold its value.
Absolutely. I think it needs to be, really scrutinised, because otherwise we want the best of the best in it.
Yep.
I think that's the most important thing. We want to start competing on a world basis, which I think we are now. So
it means a gold medal means something, right?
It does. Means a lot to me.
It wasn't just everyone gets a gold medal.
That's right. Yeah. No, not everyone's a winner, which is a shame, because the other 6 gardens are just incredible, and this year there was no bronze brought out. Everyone got silvers, silver gilts, and all that sort of thing. So it's really highly ranked. Yeah. Everyone who's done a show garden and all the other gardens, the achievables, the boutiques, the balconies, it's just next level this year.
We actually haven't had a chance to look at. We flew in yesterday, and I haven't really looked at all of the other gardens. It's really just been a few. So I'm looking forward to actually looking at the boutiques. I think sometimes, like anything in the world, that people's talent can be under highlighted because of their budget, right? Like some of the people that are building those gardens are amazing talents, but they just don't have the support or maybe the finance
backing.
Yeah, you know. So hopefully that it gives a chance for them to shine some light. So I'm assuming you're very busy at the moment. You're looking for work?
No, not at all. But yes, always looking for work. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So any work we can get out of this is, you know, it's more than, you know, it's going to be accepted. I'm happy to take anything on. So.
If people want to get in touch with you, we'll link up all your details, obviously, in the comments or in the description on the video. Thank you so much for allowing us to have a look at this. It's a real privilege, and I know not everyone gets to come and do this. So I'm really happy for you. I guess be interesting to see if we're talking to you again next year.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on board.
Not a conversation for now.
We'll see. Yeah. Ask me in a couple of weeks or a couple of months.
Awesome. Thank you so much, mate.
Thanks, Clint. Cheers. So.